let's make sure, I'm going to make this very clear to everybody. Now, Zack Annexstad is a walk-on by paper. He is not a walk-on player, okay? We had a bunch of number issues that we had to fix. We have a bunch of numbers to fix in 2019. There's an enormous flood of numbers in the 18 class and 19 class that are coming in. We had to be very creative to get as many players as possible as we could get in here. We only had so many scholarships. We still needed to bring a ton of scholarship players that were willing to walk on to buy into what we were doing, with scholarships from other Power 5 schools. That is very difficult to do. And to convince that young man to do that was almost impossible. That was a journey. That was some bumpy roads along the way, some scary times, sleepless nights, even for myself. But he is not a walk-on he's a walk-on on paper, but that kid was never a walk-on in our minds. We said that when we announced him. We just had to convince him to be able to be here and he'd have an equal opportunity to compete, and that's what he did. All he's done his entire career is walk in and find his way bottom of the depth chart and work his way up to the top. That's who he is. That's what he does. That's what he's been his entire life. How do I understand that? That was me. Tanner was the same way. I mean, that's who most of our players are filled with. Guys that have continued to break down barriers, continue to be trailblazers, and flip the script somehow, some way. And then he got here in January, and I'll be honest, at the beginning he was far behind, but his mental process of this caught up so quickly because he was spending so much time on his own. So was Tanner. I think Tanner taught him how to do that, to be honest with you here. And remember, these guys competed with each other, not against. Tanner was training him along the way, and at the end, Zack wins the job, and Tanner's as happy for him as anybody else. It's a very humbling feeling as a head coach that you have quarterbacks like that you have people like that, and that understand it. But an incredible journey. Young guy growing up pretty quickly, had to. But again, if you would have told me that would have happened, I would be somewhat shocked unless it was Zack Annexstad. And if you know anything